It's Tuesday, December 30th, 2014, and here are the stories we're covering this week. In entertainment news, Justin Lin is confirmed to be the director of the next Star Trek film. Both Sony and Microsoft's gaming networks came under attack last week, and while services have been restored, the threat of repeat attack is very real. Google's Gmail, the world's most widely used email service, has almost been entirely blocked from China since Boxing Day. And hate Facebook Messenger? Too bad. You're not one of the users Facebook is listening to. These stories are coming right up. Don't go anywhere.
Introducing Belltone First, a revolutionary new hearing aid. So small you can hardly see it. So comfortable you can hardly feel it. For the first time ever, you can control hearing aids directly from your iPhone. Pick up the phone, listen to music, and use your hearing aids like wireless headphones. Hear everything that matters. Try Belltone First. For a free trial, call 1-800-BELLTONE now.
I'm Sasha Dermatis, and here are the top stories from the Category 5.tv newsroom. Filmmaker Justin Lin is to direct the next installment of the Star Trek movie franchise. Lin, whose previous credits include 4 installments of the Fast and Furious series, replaces Roberto Orci, who recently pulled out of the role. J.J. Abrams, who made the first 2 reboots of the sci-fi series, stepped down to make the new Star Wars film. A release for the 3rd Star Trek prequel has not been set by Paramount. However, there has been speculation that it will come out in 2016 to coincide with the 50th anniversary of the launch of the Star Trek television series. Casting details are also not confirmed, but actors who starred in the first 2 outings, including Chris Pine as Kirk and Zachary Quinto as Spock, are expected to return. Star Trek Into Darkness, released in 2013, co-starred Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan and made more than $467 million worldwide. The first prequel, looking at the younger lives of its famous characters, was released in 2009. Orci, who was due to make his directorial debut on the project, is co-writing the script. Orci, along with Abrams, will continue to be on board as producers.
I wonder what that's going to do to change this installment of the series. Because I don't know about, I don't want to. It was awesome that they rebooted Star Trek, and I love that they kind of brought back the Kirk and Spock characters and everybody that was on the original series, but it kind of had too much of a step away from Roddenberry's vision, and really more toward the Hollywood with all the flare effects, and it just didn't have that Star Trek feel to it.
Right.
So I wonder if a change from J.J. Abrams to someone new, maybe who knows what's going to happen, but maybe we might see a departure from J.J.'s vision and more toward Roddenberry's. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, to be honest with you. What do you think?
It is the same director who did do the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yeah, well, that's true. We'll see what happens.
Now, here's a story that hit close to home for me. Microsoft and Sony have been working to restore internet platforms for their Xbox and PlayStation game consoles. Attacks disabled the online services on Christmas Day, making it difficult for users to log on, or impossible. The Xbox Live status page suggested on Saturday that Microsoft services had been restored. PlayStation said it was getting to grips with the issues and thanked users for their patience. A hacking group called the Lizard Squad claimed to have caused the problems. The name is the same used by a group of hackers that targeted Sony in the past. Microsoft's Xbox Live has 48 million subscribers, and Sony's PlayStation system has more than double that number at about 110 million users, all whom for sure were trying to log on Christmas Day. In a tweet posted on Saturday morning, Sony said of their PlayStation networks, update, PS4, PS3, and Vita networks services are gradually coming back online. Thanks for your patience. A later statement said they were seeing reduced reports of network issues and would continue to monitor things. Sony executives must be asking themselves, when will it stop? The attacks on PlayStation networks, along with Microsoft's Xbox Live network, is nowhere near as serious and sophisticated as the Sony Pictures hack, but the impact on customers is more direct. And the fact that Sony took longer than Microsoft to get its network up and running is another blow to the reputation of the security operation. The distributed denial of service attack, which overwhelmed the servers at Sony and Microsoft, appears to have been on a very large scale and came at a time of year when the traffic would already have been very high. But customers are just as angry with Lizard Squad, who has since justified its actions with statements about exposing poor security. The group now appears to have set its sights on bringing down Tor, the secure network which enables anonymous online communication. This threat has incurred the wrath of the better-known hacker collective, Anonymous. So we should be prepared for some online conflict in the coming days. Hacker group versus hacker group. Now, Robbie, I'd like to say, in defense of PlayStation or Sony, obviously I have a PlayStation. Of course it would take, obviously. Of course it would take.
If that wasn't obvious to everyone, then now they know.
What about our Xbox?
Of course it would take them longer to get online with 110 million users.
Because their
Don't
network
be
is just
angry.
so much bigger and better? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently.
I mean, I guess one. Yeah, I don't. Yes.
nice philosophy there. I think the sad thing is that the truth is everyone who opened their new Xbox or PlayStation
That's sad.
was, Christmas morning. What's the first thing you want to do?
Play it.
Plug it in. Let's give it a try. And
You can't.
Doesn't work. It doesn't work. And how many
Calls.
millions of people?
I bet
are
you
affected by
Xbox
that?
Office was just in PlayStation ripping their hair out.
I feel
doing
bad for the workers because I've been through hack attacks where it's I'm a lot smaller than someone like Sony or something, but everybody has to go to work. Sorry, folks. Time to thwart these hack attacks. And what kind of a name is Lizard Group anyway?
That's what I was thinking.
Seriously, they've come up with better hacker group names.
Maybe it's like an acronym.
Robbie, you know how you put the pictures behind me?
Yes.
Somewhere, I don't know where they are. Maybe over there.
They're kind of over there, yeah.
Yeah. I
Well.
really wanted you to put a picture of a lizard.
You want a lizard?
I would
see
love
what I
a
can
lizard,
do.
just like an evil, angry lizard
An
just
evil-
attacking.
Mad at Sony.
Are we getting off topic here
Okay,
at
yeah.
all? I mean,
Slightly off topic.
Lizard.
Angry lizards.
I'm actually
Angry lizards.
What
See?
do I come up with?
There we
Fox?
go. That's good.
It's a pretty angry lizard.
We should do the next GIMP, a lizard angry at Sony.
Angry lizard GIMP feature.
Yeah.
We are completely destroying your show here, Sasha. But this is
Not
worth
now.
This is worth it.
Maybe now.
The Angry Lizard Group. Fighting with Anonymous. What will that be? The
Anonymous.
battle lines have
I don't
been
even want
drawn.
to think about it, to be honest. I mean, we're really living in a world now where hackers control things.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a slightly frightening place to be because you don't really know what their where is their
Capable.
moral line, where you hope that it's for the better good, you hope that the hacks that are taking place are for some cause, but realistically, is that always going to be the case? I don't think so. Sasha, what do you think?
Perfect. That's what those guys look like to me. Christmas Day, not only the people who got their game consoles first off out of the box, but also anybody who already had a console that opened a brand new game that maybe they'd been wanting.
Oh, that's true too.
Right?
And you've got to connect to the network in order to use it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These poor, broken-hearted people just waiting for turkeys to be cooked.
Think of the children, folks. Think of the dads. Think of the dads.
Right. Okay, next story.
All right.
GreatFire.org, a China-based anti-censorship group, indicated that Gmail might have been thrown outside the Great Firewall of China. Google's transparency report shows a dramatic drop in Gmail traffic in China starting Friday. Google declined to comment on reasons behind the drop in traffic, but a Google spokesperson said, "We've checked and there's nothing wrong on our end." Google has had issues operating in China for years, tracing back to its clash with the country after refusing to censor its internet search results in 2010. Its services have worked inconsistently after it moved its operations from mainland China to Hong Kong. In June, China blocked the use of Gmail through browsers ahead of the 25th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre, in which the government violently cracked down on pro-democracy demonstrators. However, there was a loophole that allowed people to continue to access Gmail through Microsoft's Outlook or Apple's email client. That loophole has been apparently closed. So China's really cracking down security-wise and really closing things up for information, and it's scary and sad.
I wonder how that affects, if you send email to somebody in mainland China who uses Gmail, like, would they just lose access to their email? That's the problem, right?
Undelivered, yeah.
Hmm.
Now,
Business.
Facebook.
What's up with Bookface?
Bookface. Like it or not, Facebook wants to occupy several spots on your smartphone's home screen.
Not. Do I get a vote?
Yeah, you do get a vote. You do not like it. I do
That's
not
right.
like it. You get a vote. You get my vote. You don't like this. Annoyed that you had to download a separate app, Facebook Messenger, to chat with your friends and family on the world's most popular social network?
Sasha, are you asking me? Because the answer is yes.
Yeah.
I am annoyed.
You are annoyed.
I'm
Good.
annoyed, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah,
I didn't
too
even
bad.
download
Thank
it.
you for asking
Too
me.
bad.
Appreciate
That's
that.
what Facebook says.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Too bad?
What?
Too bad.
Really?
You don't like
Zuckerberg.
it? Guess what you'll not like even more?
What?
Facebook has no intention of reversing that contentious move. In fact, it plans to move more features from its main mobile app into separate apps 2015. Yay!
Oh.
More apps.
Didn't we just say we hate it? Seriously?
No. Evidently, you say you love it. Listen to this. Jordan Banks, the managing director of Facebook Canada and the global head of vertical strategy, says, "We're getting away from that single app that does everything for you. We released 9 different apps in 2014, and I think what you'll see is we'll release more in 2015 at the demand and behest of our users." He goes on to say that users, aka Robbie, obviously, users want single apps that do one thing incredibly well. So, one of the reasons we took Messenger out of the Facebook app and gave it its own standalone app is because that's what our users are telling us.
No.
No, okay, let's just let's back up there, my friend. We want one app to do what it does
Everything.
well. That's why we want the Facebook app to do Facebooky-like things.
We don't want an app for the F, an app for the A, an app for the C, and the
Come
E, the
now.
B, the O, K.
That's
Okay?
right.
How many times
Like-
does it crash?
So-
I've got all these apps
So-
now running just the one.
I'm going to have a
service.
whole
Yeah, I
page
sort
on
of
my
found a
iPhone for
loophole.
Facebook.
You did?
I found a loophole.
Do
so
tell.
just don't use the app. Like I use on my smartphone, I use the actual Facebook like via the browser. So that way I can still message back and forth on regular Facebook. Because the Messenger app annoyed me so much that I refused to have the convenience. I mean, I understand that a Facebook app is convenient, but I was so frustrated that they would disable my messaging altogether and force me into the Messenger app. So now what are they going to do? Force you into like a newsfeed app and into a Find Friends app. And
Yeah, well, for the record,
Like, how many
I
things?
They're just-
despised the Pages app. The fact that they took Facebook Pages and made that a separate app. So every time I click on the page to check your statuses that you've posted on the Category 5 Facebook page, it would launch a new app. Now it's doing the same with chats, and now it's going to do more and more and more. And
yes, well,
Bookface.
evidently, Facebook says that users did not want to click 2 or 3 times before they got into Messenger. That's the reason for the Messenger app. Well, Banks insists he's only heard good feedback. Forcing users to download a separate app for Facebook Messenger stirred a loud chorus of complaints. On the Apple App Store, there are more 1-star reviews panning Facebook's move than rave ratings. Banks says, "I hear everyone talking about how delighted they are that they get one-click access to a Messenger app that has over 500 million people using it."
Because they were forced to!
I never did.
I wish that Robbie now had his old man mask.
Yeah. That way, respect to your elders, I'll tell you who's in charge here. Yeah.
Well, there you
don't
have
get
it. For all your tech news with a slight Linux bias, visit the Category5.tv newsroom. at newsroom.category5.tv. For the Category 5.tv newsroom, I'm Sasha Dermatis.